Hi, characters! It's been a minute. It's almost at the end of 2016, which has been a rough year, but I'm feeling prepared for what's coming ahead, or trying to get myself prepared. Today I went to a women's self-defense training, and it was at this gym around the corridor, Guardian Gym in Oakland, and it was really amazing. My favorite thing that I learned today was how if someone's trying to grab you with both of their hands and grabbing you by the wrist, or whether you can twist out of it and like free your wrist and then in the next move slap them and back away. So it was obviously my favorite move when I saw it demonstrated, like, what? Somebody's trying to grab you? No! And then twist out of it and slap them. Yes, so much girl power in that. Like, no, I will not be grabbed, and I'm gonna slap you, and I'm getting away. So I kind of like, as soon as I mastered that move with my partner, was like, that's in my back pocket, and I'm prepared. And I wish somebody would in the rest of 2016 or the rest of my life, because I'm ready to use that move. So, speaking of amazing things that have been happening in 2016, I have to talk about Issa Rae's show Insecure. My friends and I watch it, like, we have like a little powwow, like, talking about it. I'm obsessed with it. This whole season, every episode, I've just been like anticipating it. Like, what's happening next, girl? It's so good. It's so well done. The acting, the writing, the setting, the music. Thank you, Solange, for the music. Just so much about it. Not only like the career trajectory from going from the amazing web series to this HBO show. So I just want to talk about my favorite moments from Insecure, that Issa Rae brought just so much black girl magic and truth and power to telling her story, but what I feel very intimately is a part of my story being shown on screen. So I love the pilot episode. One of the best, like, pilots for the whole season, like, obviously, because I'm deep like that, I have gone back and seen the pilot and analyzed, like, was this true to the trajectory of the season? And it really was, like, so many of the points and questions about who this character was and what her main motivation in life is. And I love the opening scene where the kids are calling her out in the classroom, like, your outfit's settle for less, like, she's trying to have some moment of pride, like, well, you know, black women just don't want to settle for less, and the kids are calling her out, and she's feeling insecure in front of them, and that feeling of, like, who am I when I'm being called out on things that I think I'm strong in, but actually are really hard for me to practice in life, that was shown throughout the entire season. It's so well done and really capturing that and, like, showing that grain throughout the seasons. I really love, like, so many talks that she has with her best friend, Molly, who's really well done. Like, the acting, everybody, Molly, well acted. Like, the character goes through highs and lows and so many things, but you feel for her, you feel for the sympathies of her, and definitely this amazing friendship that she has with Issa, where they can be so honest and so able to call each other out, and even when they're afraid to, like, come back to who they are as truth, they know that their best friend can be there to be like, I know who you are and you're better than these actions. That is so beautiful, like, hurrah! For these, like, episodes showing the beauty and the strength of two black women and black, like, friendship, love it. So another thing that I really want to talk about is the scene with playing with the identity, where she was putting on the lipstick, and the darker lipstick, she's like an angry character, and like the lighter lipstick, she's trying to be like a valley girl. Like, I loved that. That was just like a tiny, like, little scene, but my heart, like, exploded, because I'm in fashion, I've worked in fashion industry, and so I know, especially being a woman, how much your image and what you project of who you are feels like this second persona that you always have to be constant about. Like, am I showing who I am? Is this to me? Is this not me? Is this somebody else? Do I look like I'm trying to pretend to be someone else? And just showing that in the lipstick as she's getting ready for the night out, like, I feel like so many girls, including my friends and I, can commiserate at that moment where you're like, no, this outfit is not me. It's portraying a different moment of, like, perhaps a person of me that I'm not trying to show tonight. And so I loved that scene, and I was just like, yay! Like, just the little things about, like, showing the truth of, like, the black feminist story on screen. Hurrah. Okay, another thing I want to talk about is how amazingly self-aware she is. Like, from the first episode throughout, like, even when she's, like, messing up, she's, like, questioning it, even in her head. Like, even after she had that hookup with who was really hot, Daniel, and I know that she was thinking about it and, like, taking steps towards it, and then she was just like, you know what, I'm tired of being aggressively passive, and this moment, I want this, I'm gonna have it. And then to look at herself in the mirror, like, oh, wow, what's going on with me? And, like, so many moments afterwards, you could see her collecting herself, like, trying to figure out how to retract this person that she's acting that is not reflecting the person that she wants to be. And I feel like that's so consistent with the human experience, especially as you grow older and you're like, how can I be this person with different situations like come up, and I want to be this kind of person, but like, so good, because you could see from the first episode she wants very much to be more in control and an active commander in her life, but is afraid when those moments come up about which way to go. And so when she goes one way, you can see her thinking, like, is this a reflection of this person I want to be, or am I just acting out, or what is this? And so I think it's really beautiful to see a very, like, self-aware black female character portrayed so well that you can really connect with her, whatever your race and gender was, with that human experience. Just like, I'm trying to live and I can't figure out if I'm living the right way because I'm trying to be good, but all these things are really scary to do. So, fantastic! Well done, Insecure. I'm just going to touch on a couple few points. I see that this video is getting long because, of course, I have lots of viewpoints that I would be happy to expand upon. But another thing I want to talk about is that I love that she had this talk with Molly about therapy, like, and Molly was really offended to even have the thought that it could be potentially positive to go to a therapist, and he was kind of like more open, like, well, maybe something beneficial could come out of it, and maybe it would be good to talk to someone. And I loved that this was brought up. Not enough in TV shows in general. Like, obviously The Sopranos, like, character arc around him going to therapy, but I feel like, especially in families where there's lots of turmoil, like, never the question of, like, we should talk to a therapist, or, like, things are happening, especially if they're, like, African American and black families. And I feel like this in my family has come up because I have faced experiences where I've had to speak with mental health therapists, and if there's still, like, this really big, like, fear that it means that you're not good enough to figure yourself out, or that you don't know how to actually, like, change yourself, and so you're asking for help, and so you're a little bit of pathetic human, and you're giving up, and you're weak, and you're gonna expose yourself, like, so many things that I think just touching upon those fears in that one brief episode, I would be so happy to see if that's, like, more dug deep into, like, those fears and confounded and confronted, and the benefits of mental health therapy, and, like, maybe, like, Issa and or Molly is shown on screen going to a therapist to try to figure their stuff out, because we're watching this show for entertainment value, obviously, but also educational on how to be humans, and sometimes things are too big and you're going to snowball into a place that's really bad. And I would hate to see any of these characters, yes, they're characters, but characters snowball off to the point that you feel like you've lost in the essence of learning from their story. So there's definitely so much strength already in this first season. I'm so excited for the second season. I'm so glad they already got, like, greenlit for a second season, because it would break my heart. And I just don't even want to think about that possibility. So yay, it's coming back. Like, it's going to be so good. Okay, I'm talking about things. Opening sequence, like, settle for less. Can I talk just briefly about, like, Broken Pussy? Like, that was so great. Like, so funny that she has this kind of, like, second persona that came out of this, like, rapper who, like, creates these rhymes, and then she just kind of got dared into this moment and just, like, let the shine, just, like, let this come out. And I think that's beautiful, especially when you are a creative person, to allow yourself those moments to be brave in front of people with your creativity, because a lot of people they say they're not writers, but they're at home writing. Like, you can write, so sharing it with other people and then feeling proud of that moment, like, I was really happy for her, like, as a writer and a storyteller, to be like, yay, look at a character, like, overcoming insecurity and doing something in front of people. But then, yeah, it was entertaining and frightening how it kind of, like, steamrolled, and then, like, came into this whole YouTube situation, the internet. But anyway, I love this show. I'm so excited for more. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be making more videos soon. Alright, bye characters.